Okay, guys, so I just got off a client interview with Matthew, who's a 17-year-old high school dropout making about 40, 50K per month every single month with his SMA. So it's absolutely insane how this is even a possibility, but he's literally making his teacher's yearly salary every few weeks.
To be honest, I was like failing school because I was doing outreach in the back of the class, like skipping lunches to do cold calls in my bedroom.
He's literally 17 years old and a high school dropout, and he's living just in random hotel rooms all over the world. He's gonna go traveling as well, but he literally went from making like 2K per week, so about 5 to 10K per month inconsistently, to literally cash collecting about 28K within the first few weeks of actually joining my program. So we share a ton of sauce, ton of value. We literally show step by step the actions he took, the mindset shifts he took, how we actually got there, the exact strategies, so a ton of sauce. No fucking sales bullshit. We're gonna show you guys all the value today. I'm very fucking excited. It's just like so crazy how this is even a possibility. How there's literally 17-year-old high school dropouts making about 50K per month every single month from their SMAs. So let's get in the fucking video. I'm so excited, and let's fucking do it. All right, guys, this is an absolutely legendary video. Matthew, as a high school dropout, is literally making his teacher's yearly salary every few weeks. And this is probably the craziest case that I've ever actually made. So Matthew, like I said, literally went from 5 to 10K per month inconsistently all the way to making like 22K in the span of 2 weeks after joining the actual program. So Matthew, if you want to introduce yourself, where you're from, kind of what you do, and yeah, how you are. So yeah.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for having me on the interview. Yeah, so I'm in Australia. 17. I turned 17 a few months ago, and when I turned 17, that was when I dropped out. And by the time I did drop out, it was a lengthy process, hard decision from the parents, but it became pretty evident and clear to me what I wanted to do, and yeah, I went all in to scale the agency. I've been running it for maybe a year and a bit, but properly the last probably 6 to 12 months, when dropping out became serious to me, and I realized I want to figure out what my future was going to be.
Yeah. Wow. So 17 years old, and you've made like, I think you showed me the bank account. I mean, actually, you could probably just screenshot right now. Actually, it's probably best. Like, but also tell also the audience about like what was like the pivotal moment where you actually decided to drop out as well, like in high school. What was that actually? There's probably like a few pivotal moments where you're just like, at least that's also what I had as well. Um,
Yeah, that's a good question. To be honest, there was this one incident that happened. I don't want to get into it too deep, but me and my mates were out one night late, and something something happened that makes you sort of think about, like, you only live once, and you
yeah.
gotta get shit done. And after that, I was like, all right, what do I really want to do with my life? And I was already, running the agency inconsistently, maybe had a client, maybe didn't, but I wasn't doing like, 5 10K a month. It was just, maybe I had a client, maybe I didn't. And then I was like, all right, let's get serious. I was talking to my parents, and they're like, okay, do you want to, go uni? Do you want to finish school? And to be honest, I was like failing school because I was doing outreach in the back of the class, like skipping lunches to do cold calls in my bedroom.
Wow.
And yeah, I was like, it's time to go all in. I knew that I was in a good market. I knew that, I had a unique skill set and a unique work ethic, and yeah, it was a perfect fit. But yeah, the agency's changed my life.
Damn. Okay. So I guess before we go in, yeah, do you want to like just screen share the bank account to see all like the money actually coming in?
Yeah,
So
cool. March. So there's just a
yeah.
bunch of invoices. Divisible ink means from fan basis, so another payment processor.
Mhm.
More invoices, divisible ink again, fan basis. So there's a mix of Australian and US clients, and that's why it's different payment processors.
Yeah.
This is me shitting on my friend in tennis, and then PayPal. Yeah, that's it, bro. No bullshit. We can click on
Sweet.
these, refresh, whatever. It's
Yeah,
not some
yeah.
I don't even know.
But was there any other moments where it kind of like clicked where it's like, this is not for me? And also I feel like most people in the audience are probably thinking the same, where it's like they're going to school and they just don't feel like they actually fit in. Like, did you kind of have that feeling as well, like along your classmates? I guess when you're doing cold calls in the, in the
Yeah,
bathroom
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like that, it's like probably felt a bit different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to sound like all those other, cringe guys, but yeah, like the guys in my school were definitely on different paths. They were acting differently, talk differently, and I still had and this was why dropping out was genuinely a hard decision because it wasn't like Eman Gadzi meditating in the bathrooms. Like I had friends. High school was like a great time. But yeah, I had to figure out what I actually want to do. And yeah, in terms of pivotal moments, probably my accounting teacher and seeing her just like hate going to work every single day and
Yeah.
then we started digging into her salary and we're like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, that
There's
was
multiple things on it. Yeah, it's
yeah.
hard to come down to one pivotal moment, but it was a plethora of different things, seeing my parents work so hard and just not make, a lot of money just because they're not taking risks as well. So yeah, it
Mhm.
was lots of things.
Yeah, yeah, wow. Okay, and then what? So after you dropped out, like, did you have a plan? Like, what was your actual initial goal after like dropping out of uni? Like, did you like what actually happened there, and with like with SMA
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah, so I had many, many chats. It was a very long decision with my parents. It was very hard, and I
Mhm.
wasn't even making. It was that entire year. I mean, 2024 was very inconsistent. Even though I know I needed to switch on, I wasn't making that much money. I was always, I was never like. I mean, there were periods where I was just dead broke, and I had to keep asking my brother for money and everything like that,
Yeah.
and it hurts the ego, but even when I was dropping out, I was maybe making 5 grand, maybe less.
Wow.
Not a crazy amount of money, and definitely not enough to fulfill my parents. They definitely had no confidence at all. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I wasn't making a good money. I didn't have a plan. I just knew that for me, when I went to school every single day, my environment, my paradigms, everything changed because I was shifting towards everyone else that I was talking with, and I was slowly, I don't want to say like, oh, you're the average of the 5 people you are around, but you really are. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
I was an
Yeah.
entirely different person when I was around these type of people, and as soon as I dropped out, I got to actually, you know, be with myself and be with people that I actually wanted to be around, and yeah, it changed tremendously because I got to change my environment and change my habits and change how I think and view things, and that's ultimately everything in terms of getting rich.
Yeah. Wow. So you've essentially achieved financial freedom now. Like you're literally making like multiple. You're literally making your teacher essentially like yearly salary every like 2 3 weeks kind of, or like maybe it's 3 weeks, let's say.
Yeah.
But like, what does it actually feel like? Like I want you to explain how it feels like to the audience. Like how does it actually feel to like actually do this stuff?
Feels I don't know.
Yeah.
Just it's good, man. I mean, I wasn't always like this, so I don't want to be like douchey, but I was dead broke for a long time where I couldn't even shout a $5 drink. But now I just money doesn't. It's a tool. You trade it.
Yeah.
It's not real. And now I just get to have a little more freedom. Like I'm in a hotel for a week. I want to do that. We've got like I think 7 trips for the end of the year, for the entire
Wow.
year planned out with my brother. Like we get to just, enjoy life to the fullest. And that's ultimately what I really do want to do. And obviously, the biggest goal is, helping out the parents because they have sacrificed a lot and I'm on track to do that. So it is very fulfilling.
Mhm.
Honestly, my test is like past 1,000, bro. It's pumping.
Nice. Yeah, you
Yeah.
joined us in the 1,000+ test close. Good. That's
Yeah. I want to
solid.
get that test.
So, yeah, yeah. So is that the actual goal? Like, is just go traveling? Like, what's the next kind of goal or like level you actually want to achieve? Is it mainly just to like
Yeah.
you have a bunch of trips planned or like retire the parents? Like, what do you kind of want to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a bunch of trips planned. We got Europe planned. We got all over Europe really. We're Greek, I'm
Nice.
from Greece. So it's a beautiful place. So we got a few trips there, Asia, taking the family. But that's all just a byproduct of success. The biggest thing for me was my father. He's always worked extremely hard and tried to provide for the family and doesn't really work a job that it's
Mhm.
definitely not his dream job, that's for sure. And I've
Yeah.
seen him, grinding his room and work 12, 13-hour days, works like 10 times harder than me, and does not, get to enjoy the fruits of his labor because he has so many people depending on him. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely my bigger goal is to just give them time, honestly. It's not even about money. It's not about a Lambo. It's not about, a new Porsche. It's just give my parents time to do whatever they want. And that's definitely the biggest thing for me. Yeah.
Wow. That's huge, bro. Yeah. I feel like most guys are a bit more materialistic, but it actually seems like you're actually like genuine
No, I'm
intention, which
materialistic
is
for sure, but That's
But
definitely
at
big
least
as
we'll
well.
get the materialistic stuff later on. You know, you can probably
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
the car and shit later on, but
I
at
say.
least now it's more about yeah, just like taking care of the family and stuff like that. So,
Nah,
um,
that definitely is the priority.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's solid. So I guess like going back into like how you actually did it, like if you kind of like map out the actual exact like actions you kind of took to actually get the results so quickly with the program, because like I said, like you were at you kind of explained yourself, like you were literally at like 5, 10K months inconsistently for like what like a few months, and you said right, or how
Yeah,
actually long
yeah.
were you kind of stuck there for?
Well, I mean, for a year, I was sort of because it was first
Oh yeah,
business as
okay.
well. So for a year, it was like research stage, one, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Some months
Mhm.
zero, some months 10, some months zero. But yeah, for the last probably 4 months before I joined the program years, yeah, very inconsistent 5, 10K. Still making money, good money for my age, but definitely
Mhm.
wasn't fulfilling. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Damn, so that's quite a big jump. Like you're on like 40, 50K per month run rate. And then but like what was the actual actions you kind of took so the audience could kind of take away a ton of value from it? Like
Yes.
we could probably talk about
Let's
how we did the I
let's
guess it
get
was
into it.
with ads, but yeah, like if you want to kind of map out like the kind of more
Yeah,
act
well, I mean, it's more than that, but for me, it was being extremely intentional with what I wanted. I knew that, put all the bullshit aside, or the, making your bed in the morning, meditation, going for walks, like ultimately work had to be done. And for me, I was doing maybe, if we look at pure numbers, maybe 50, 100 emails a day. Maybe I had a VA doing some cold calls and it just,
yeah.
volume negates luck, as everyone knows. And that's the biggest quote in, the agency game. And I just wasn't doing the numbers. So I was like, okay, how's everyone else scaling? And yeah, it was inbound ads and it was actually doing the numbers. So I was like, okay, let's be intentional. I wasn't even, sold into your program. I knew that, okay, let's assess all these different people that are, coaching and teaching these different things. And I knew that, a lot of people are doing amazing with inbound ads in your program. So I was like, okay, inbound ads is the next step to scaling to 100, 200K months. So it's time I took the leap. For me, it was more about paradigms more than anything because,
Hmm.
paradigms are really just a manifestation of how it's just reality, really. Perception is reality. How
Yeah.
we view everything is true. And that's something you talk about in your program as well. Um, but, yeah, I viewed the entire agency differently when I had one call with you and was like, okay, the urgency, like everything is different. Like I told you, it was one onboarding call I had with Eric Kavelaars, or however you say your
Yeah,
last name. Sorry,
that's how I
bro.
say it. Yeah.
And I realized that, yeah, people have different urgency. Like I showed you my 6 month goals and you were like, bro, do that fucking tonight. I was like, all right, geez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually remember that. That was so funny. You're like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know what the initial goal was, but I think you said you want to hit like, it was it like 20K after 6 months, and I was like, bro, we could have like next week, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
everything. It
No,
was my team. I had like, okay, I'll get it on board and get accounts. And you're like, bro, hire them tomorrow. I was like, all right, like
yeah,
I'll do it.
yeah. I remember that as
But
well. I remember that
that was
very, yeah,
that was very big, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think it was just like the mindset shift and like actually having the urge, like, bro, you need to get the onboarding VA said like tomorrow you need to
Mm.
get ads up and running film like ASAP, and then I feel like that's actually what caused like a huge jump. Yeah, was like mainly
Yeah,
just me telling you like, okay, we need to have massive urgency. We also need to like make the goals way higher as well. And then I get also
100%.
I guess you went through like a bit of like the mindset section as well. Like how did you find that?
Yeah. It was good. It was good. I'm not even gonna lie, the mindset stuff's very good. And,
Mm-hmm.
for all the people that don't actually understand, paradigms, reality transferring, all these
Yeah.
amazing books, all these amazing ways of looking at the world differently, these hacks, productivity, routines, whatever. But a lot of the stuff you're talking about, like I'm grateful that I was already doing them thinking I was like weird and I
Yeah.
was like, oh great, like other people
Yeah.
already do this. I was
Yeah,
like, I
exactly.
see. So
Yeah.
lucky for me, like, yeah, I was already, doing a bit of the stuff, but there's a few things that there's a few unique sort of strategies that all different people have, and you have a few select ones like subliminals, all these things that I think work
Mm.
really well for a lot of people because mindset is everything. Like people can call it, gay, just do the work, but bro, if you can't wake up and do the work, you're not gonna get rich. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna do
exactly.
nothing with your life. Like
Yeah,
if you're on
yeah.
Instagram Reels all day, just give up.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's so true. I think it's just like yeah, like a lot of it's just like a lot about scaling is just like rewiring your subconscious, your limiting
Yeah,
beliefs.
100%.
That
And you do
yeah,
touch on that a lot. Yeah,
yeah,
you've
yeah,
done well.
yeah. And then at least like going into the ad scripts, I think was like the main reason that actually like the actual scripting of the ads was like the main reason that we hit such a good like ROI with the ads because I feel like there was so many like psychological biases that we use in the actual script, like from the actual guide that actually made it print. But like, was there anything else besides that that you think caused such
Crushed with
a
ads.
massive thing with like massive, massive success with ads? Because like I don't know the exact ROAS, but like we were. What if you had to guess? I don't know the exact ROAS, but if you had to guess, like, what do you think the ROAS was? I think it was probably
Oh, I've got it on my Facebook tracker. I think it was one
okay. Okay,
to 18.
1 to 18. Okay, so like,
Mm.
yeah, 18x ROAS. That's actually insane. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I was comparing with other guys in the group. I saw you put up one story of like Matthew got a 1 to 8 or 1 to 14 bro as it wasn't even the full thing. And then I had like a bunch of people DMing me like, bro, what do you do? What do you do? I'm like, I'm a beginner in inbound ads. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Like we literally
but nah,
just
like,
followed
yeah,
like the whole protocol, and then yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And yeah, for me, I always had these faulty paradigms around inbound ads, thinking you need to spend 10K a month on inbound ads. If you don't have
Mm,
10K to burn, like you can't make money in inbound ads. You definitely you definitely sort of yeah shift a lot of people's paradigms around inbound ads. I mean, there's people in there who are in the beginning stages doing amazing inbound ads. I
yeah, yeah,
think some things that were connected to my success were one, just the overall system. Some people are, a lot of fluff, a lot of 10-hour videos on how to set everything up. You're sort of like, just do this, do it now, launch it.
yeah.
And that was good as there's lots of urgencies, no bullshit. Something else is that I never ran inbound ads for a year and a half of running the agency. I already had hundreds of sales calls. I had everything built out. I was already amazing at sales. I already had my service delivery on lock. My clients were getting amazing results. I was already getting referrals. So everything was on lock. I feel like it was just perfect timing, honestly. I felt like there's nothing better. I mean, now, that was maybe $50 a day in ad spend. Now I'm scaling to $300 a day ad spend. So, if we have a,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
call a few months from now, it'll be a different talk for sure. And I just think
yeah,
the ads, what, yeah, the success was it was just perfect timing for me. It was just, everything was just in place. It was the perfect timing for me for sure.
yeah, yeah. Wow. So what's like the next goal with the actual agency? Like, what do we? I mean, we like 100K months is always the thing, but like I guess that's like the main goal. Like, what are you kind of trying to hit that in the next like few months? And also, what's like your, I guess, motivation behind it?
It's not exactly revenue numbers or profit. I think
Okay.
for me, it's shifting my agency from done for you because right now,
Yes.
operationally,
Yeah.
it's a nightmare. I have
Yeah. Yeah.
multiple different team members. It's hard to navigate everything. I feel like right now, my entire agency is like a pyramid and I'm going through everything. It's not a CEO role at
Mm,
all. People start a business call themselves CEOs, like you're not. It's just not a very desirable position. I mean, everything through the agency goes through me right now. So for me, my biggest
mm,
goal is slowly, this is what I'm doing as well, is bringing the biggest whale clients that I have, these massive franchises with thousands of locations all over the globe, come in and actually do coaching, bring all people different in, and yeah,
yeah.
slowly transition it into a done with you, and then slowly do it yourself. High leverage, higher profit margins, easier, operationally. And that'll mean, 200K, 300K months, and then potentially an exit in a year or two. But yeah, that's definitely my goal. The money's just a byproduct of all those things I just said. It'll definitely be a lot more than 100K, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Solid. Yeah. That's honestly like best way to do it. Like you're gonna maintain. There's way less operational complexity, and you're gonna
Yeah.
maintain way higher margins. So yeah, done with you is definitely the move to get to the next level.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then at least like, what do you want to go traveling or like where? I know you mentioned you actually were going traveling with like with your brother. So like, where are you guys actually going next?
We're going Thailand, gonna have some fun. Croatia, Japan, ski trip, Europe.
Jeez.
Uh, I actually forgot. We have an uncle interstate, so
Okay.
Upper Australia, Noosa, and now yeah, this is another thing that money just does help with. Is he was a big part in our childhood, and now we can just fly up for a weekend trip whenever I want. Like I can just go up and
Yeah.
see him, so I can see him whenever I want. But lot of traveling, yeah, interstate, international, and also I get to just, I don't know, like I'm in a hotel for a week just because I wanted to. Like we can just do whatever we want. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How does it like? How does it feel? Because like, I don't know if you know if it's like if it's just not normal. Because I feel like I have the same. I'm in such like a bubble of entrepreneurs and just like my own
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
It just feels like so normal to be traveling the world and like in our early 20s. In your case, like literally 17 years old. making like
Yeah.
a shit ton of money and just traveling around. Like, does it feel like normal yet, or like, because I guess it was such a like big jump, but like, well, I kind of want to. You, I guess you mentioned earlier, but like, have you talked to other people? Like, what have they kind of said about it? Like, or just what are you kind of thinking even?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're totally right. And I don't know if it sounds arrogant or not, but you don't realize that it is crazy because for you, it's just every
Yeah,
single day. And, it's not
yeah,
like I'm
yeah,
meeting new
yeah.
people every single day. It just feels normal. But
Mm.
obviously, one thing that stood out for me was I went gym with a very close mate of mine. I've been friends for a long time. Just in school, normal guy. And I never do this ever, but he saw your story and he was like, bro, like, why are you lying about this? I was like, all right. And I've never done this, but I just showed him my account and all the transactions for the entire like hour gym workout. I was just in shock. I was just laughing. Like, he was, because yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot to fathom.
Yeah,
Especially even 20-year-olds, even 30-year-olds doing, 50, 100K a month. It's
yeah.
different for sure. But I guess for me, it doesn't seem like that just because it is every day. But yeah,
Wow.
it definitely
Yeah.
different for sure.
Yeah. No, I feel like if you literally show that to like anyone who's like an NPC or like just normal, like they're
Yeah.
just gonna like freak the fuck out. Like it's just like it's just not a possibility in their mind. I
Did
feel
you
like.
say NPC?
Yeah. Or just like average people, like
Average people at
like
NPC.
yeah, like NPCs
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
people who are like it sounds like super condescending, but
Nah, it
I,
definitely,
yeah,
yeah. Nah, majority of people will go crazy. I think for me as well, the reason I don't have those like wow moments from people is because I honestly just don't like tell anyone. When
yeah,
we
yeah,
see
yeah,
family
yeah,
friends, they're all telling me, why'd you drop out? Go uni, you're not gonna make any money. And as much as I would like to be like, I'm doing all right, I just, it's I just come off it arrogant, especially, when I'm with
yeah,
family. I really can't say anything. I just have to say, yeah, the business is, it's doing all right. Yeah. But
yeah,
that's why I'm getting
yeah,
a Rolex in a few weeks because it's like, you can't say much when you got a few
yeah, yeah. It's
10,000
true.
on your wrist. So that'll
Yeah,
be
exactly.
that'll help.
Yeah.
Or it's just for my
Damn.
ego. Probably ego.
Damn, Rolex is 17. That's crazy, actually. But have at least like and have people like got have you got any haters or anything like that? Like since you kind of dropped
Haters.
it or like any guys who
Haters.
are yeah,
Nah, bro. Nah. I was cool with everyone. I mean, I don't like
that's good.
having maybe some people are like back at school, like, oh, what's this guy doing? But
Yeah,
nah, man. I mean, I'm gonna actually after this start posting personal brands, start posting videos, just show what it's actually like for a day in my life because it's
yeah,
pretty hectic majority of the time. So yeah, sort of document that a bit, and maybe from there I'll get like some old, high school friends saying like, "Oh, too cool" or something like that. But nah,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not at
yeah.
all, bro.
That's
To be
funny.
honest, everyone's pretty chill. But also that's because like no one knows as well. Actually, I just realized like
Yeah,
literally
yeah. I
no one
guess so.
knows.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Wow.
tell anyone I dropped out. I just left.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So you just literally just like woke up one day and just stopped going to school. Just didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a few of my
Wow.
friends knew. I didn't say bye to anyone. I just left. I was like, get me the fuck
Wow.
out. Yeah.
Damn.
Then I started
That's
working.
insane. Wow. Jeez. So at least like kind of like wrapping up, like what would you kind of say to someone who's thinking of joining the program or like kind of what would you tell someone who's yeah, just like thinking of joining?
Yes, if you're a beginner getting into agency space, I had no coaching, no course, no mentorship, nothing at all for the first like year or two. And honestly, you can be arrogant, but you're gonna just pay for the mistakes that you would have made. Like a simple example
Mm.
is I used Stripe. Stripe locked 8 grand of mine when I was like 16. If I was only in a group that maybe I asked someone, hey, what payment processor did you use? I would have saved 8 grand on a problem like
Yeah.
that. So you're paying for the problems that you would have made. And yeah, people just don't want to invest in themselves. And all they're saying is just, I don't believe in myself. Why would you not invest in yourself? And yeah, it's different, bro. For everyone is different. Some people just need a DM script and then they'll be like, oh, it's all good. But then they realize on that journey, okay, now I need to understand how I, view things. My environment's different now. And they start to understand different things that I didn't want. For me, I was intentional. I knew, okay, I want to learn inbound ads and I want to be around the type of people that are doing, 50, 100K months and, get to actually speak with someone. When I spoke with you, I was like, oh my God, these people think differently. And
Yeah.
you can see someone's YouTube video and see Eric doing some client retreat in Dubai, but it's different when you're actually around that and you're saying, okay, these people have a different sense of urgency. They work differently. They don't think like, majority of people think. And yeah, it's honestly just arrogance if you don't want to actually, invest in yourself and you think you know everything, to be honest. And I was like that for a long time.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yo,
That's
everyone buys fucking program and give me a commission.
no. But no, but
Yeah.
that's actually
No, it's
that's
actually
yeah.
yeah, it is very important to be around the community. Oh my God, I was only talking about the coaching community as well. It's good to
Mm,
talk with other people. The first week I
yeah.
joined, I don't even know if I told you, but it's so reciprocal. People always say, "Oh, networking, give and take." It's literally like that in the group. Like someone will say, "Hey, I want a sales tracker," and I'll DM him and say, "Hey, bro, I got a really good one. Send it over." He's like, "Oh, sick. What can I do for you?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, I started inbound ads. Can you send me your script?" Yeah, cool. And it's just very give and take.
Yeah.
So community coaching, like, yeah, it's good to be a part of something, bigger than yourself. Yeah,
Yeah. 100%.
for sure.
100%. Solid. So yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to mention to the audience before we end it off or anything like that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sabrina Cardone, if you're watching this, follow me. I think that's his oldest daughter. She's cute as. And Matthew Islanis on Instagram, follow me. I'm gonna start posting
Yeah, yeah.
and no bullshit. I'm not monetizing it, so like you actually see what my life is.
Yeah, like all the insights,
Yeah,
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Solid.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, if you guys want to hop in the program, get similar results to Matthew, this was obviously a very, very solid one. But yeah, all you guys have to do, check out the funnel below. It's designed to sell you. And then you could also message me on Instagram with any questions you guys have as well. And yeah,
Full transparency.
yeah, yeah. Full
Full
wait, what did you
transparency.
about yeah, like selling on the funnel, yeah. So yeah.
Facts.
But I mean that's pretty much it, guys. And if you guys want to fucking hit crazy numbers like Matthew, then just yeah, hit me up and on Instagram. That's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys very soon. Love you guys so much. And thanks for hopping on, bro. That was a very good call. Yeah.
Thank you. Have
All
a good
right.
one.
Take care, man. See ya.